What up? My name is Shavielle and I am the legendary filmmaker, content creator, storyteller, writer, director, producer, whatever you want to label me as. That I am her, I am that. Nah, for real though, my name is Shavielle and I have a unique story. Right now, as you see, it is what time? It is 6:58, February the 12th, 2024. I live in Ansley right now, Ansley, Alabama. It ain't, it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes away from downtown Birmingham. And I have a crack house on this side of me. And I have a warehouse on that side of me, and they work like motherfucking slaves, so I call it the plantation. So I'm in between, and me in the middle. You have the crack house, and you have the plantation, and you have me in the middle. So that's why I write. I write to get away from my reality. Every day waking up, walking outside and seeing nothing can take a toll on the mental. Every day is always some type of drama that I gotta take in, even though it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Crackheads from around here, you messing up the whole community with
man, that be my folks, man. That be my family coming to see me. I don't sell crack. I don't know who told you that.
I can't get motivated by this. And sometimes it feels like there's no way out. No one seems to have any goals. No real dreams or passion, just surviving. What's up, neighbor?
Nothing. Just waiting on this welfare check to come through. Gotta keep the bills paid, you know.
I feel you. It's crazy out here. The ghetto robs us of our passions because we too busy trying to survive.
I'm talking about crackheads everywhere.
You got $2? Nah, I ain't got no money for you, but I can give you something to eat.
No, I need that money. I can't get out no food.
I am not my surroundings. You gotta have something to look forward to if you want to survive mentally, spiritually, in the ghetto. It's a passion of mine. Even though making movies, it really ain't making me no money right now, but I love that shit because it helps me get away. It's therapy for me. That's why I always encourage people to do things that you love. Go get your money too, but always make time for those things that you love because that's the shit it creates freedom for you. Even if it's not giving you instant money in the beginning. I'm from Bessemer, Alabama, and we call it Big Bessemer. Well, Bessemer. Bessemer, but it's pronounced Bessemer. And I was born there. I went to elementary school, the middle school there, and a little bit of high school there before I moved to Atlanta. And I grew up in this project that you see like right in front of me. Yeah, this was where me and my little sister lived at with our mother. We done got into plenty of fights right there in the middle. These the projects this shit set up like really for us to just torture the fuck out of each other. Yeah, I grew up right here before my grandmother had got custody of us. But yeah, this was it. 27, 24. Coming up in Belgium, it's like shit. We did a lot of fighting. It was a lot of fighting. Of course, you see your crackheads out here. You have your tricks. Niggas buying pussy. You're typical. But when I moved to Atlanta, it was just different. It was like life, like real life. Like this shit was rough, you know. It was rough. So, but we ended up with my grandmother. My grandmother and my grandfather, who was a cripple. My grandfather was crippled his entire life. He got shot in the head in 1972, and it paralyzed him. You know, his whole left side of his body. So he was a cripple, and this happened when he was 22. He was 22, and my grandmother was like 20, 21, something like that. So it's like, and my grandmother had became his caregiver from early 20s up until he died. Well, up until she was well enough to take care about, you know, to pretty much, long as she was good, he was good. And it's crazy because the moment that my grandmother fell on hard times physically is when my grandfather passed away. And I used to tell her, you keeping him alive. You keeping his ass alive. As long as you taking care of him, you keeping him alive. And the moment that she couldn't take care of him no more, he died, literally. And they were toxic as hell. Even though my grandfather was a cripple, ooh, child, they used to fight like hell. And you know, that's what, and like I said, my grandmother had custody of me, so this is what I'm growing up around. I'm talking about, we get woke up out of our sleep every morning. It was like an alarm clock with their ass fussing and fighting, or my granddaddy trying to whoop us in our sleep, because you know he was a cripple. So we used to fuck with him. I don't know why we was just like that. We was bad as hell. We used to fuck with that man for no reason, and just because my grandmother didn't have any respect for that man, so we didn't either. But they really didn't respect each other. But by my grandmother being the more superior one in this situation, because she's physically on her feet and physically the one going out to work, is just the one who we looked up to. So we pretty much took her side with a lot of shit. And I always say to this day, you know, God rest my grandfather's soul, I feel like we misjudged him. You know, I feel like we misjudged him. We misjudged that black man. You know, yes, we were very young. I'm talking about 10, 11. We was too fucking young and dumb and stupid to even understand life. But you know, as I got older, you know, I started to have more respect for him, you know, as a man. And yeah. But I really just feel like I misjudged that black man. Yeah, so and then like just living with my grandmother. My grandmother was very, very abusive. This is my grandmother's house. This is the house I pretty much grew up in, like my entire childhood. You know, grandma's house is always grandma's house, but it's. You know, I'm parked outside my grandmother's house, but you know, it's a lot of triggers that I have when it comes to my grandmother's house, because a lot of trauma happened to me inside of that house. You know, like, and my grandmother is still alive to this day. Yeah, she's in there now. My sister, look like my sister there. She don't even know I'm out here. I was just riding by, just left a funeral of a childhood friend, CC, Dennis house. Rest up, my nigga. But make sure we focus, because I don't even plan on doing this shit. But yeah, it's just a lot of triggers in that house for me, you know. And my grandmother, she's not doing good, and I hate to see her like that. You know, I really hate to see her like that. But it's just, and it's so fucked up, because at the end of the day, you know, I know the elder, like, they depend on the youth. But it's like, it's so fucking hard. It's so hard when to really just take care of a person who caused you so much trauma and pain. And it's like, I don't want to see her like that.
I'm not happy at all to see my grandmother in that type of condition. Cause this shit happened overnight. It just happened some overnight type shit. Some shit that she really did to herself. She went out and she had surgery on her knee when she really shouldn't have never got it at her old age. But she's listening to a doctor who just pretty much wants to experiment on old poor black women and men and poor white women and men and poor Mexicans and poor people and anybody who would listen to them. Anybody who would listen to them. So she let this damn doctor experiment on her and now she fucked up. And it happened overnight. And she needs a lot of fucking help. And I help her, but not every day. Not every day. I just help her when she really, really just needs me. And I don't know if that's a fucked up thing or what, but I'm just being vulnerable because I just want to be open about my situation so that I can possibly help another person. But this goes out to the parents. Parents, one day your ass gonna get old. You better cherish your kids. You better respect them. You better love on them. You better love on them. Put power in them. Put love in them. Put words of encouragement in them. Because they gonna get older. And you are too. And if you done been a fucked up ass parent, they gonna be a fucked up ass caretaker to you. And I know it's fucked up, but that's just how God got that shit. That's just how God got that shit. And I hate it gotta be like that. As much as I wanna, be around every day, I just can't because it triggers me. It's draining. It's so fucking draining. I gotta get better. That's what I gotta work on. Some shit within me,
She was so verbally, physically, emotionally, spiritually abusive. Like, I went through a lot living with my grandmother. Not only did I have to watch her and my grandfather fight every fucking day, I had to just take abuse too. Because my grandmother, she was doing it all by herself. I think she was just frustrated with life. She had been taking care of this crippled ass man since she was in her early 20s. And now she's taking care of her grandchildren. She's the only one going to work. Yeah, true enough, my grandfather was getting disability, but then, disability just ain't enough. It ain't enough. It may pay the bills or something, but it ain't enough. So she was the one working, because he crippled, he can't work. He can't do shit. But, so I think, and then she had a very rough childhood and upbringing, she was done bad too. So how that cycle continues. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just bashing my grandmother. This is just the truth. She didn't know any better, and when you don't know any better, you don't do any better, because if you know better, you do better. And that's just that. So I always say she just didn't know better. And that's okay, because I broke that cycle. But it was rough. I remember one time I was bouncing a basketball in the house. She told me that, stop bouncing that ball in my house. Somebody need to murder your ass. And this was on an Easter damn Sunday. I remember because I had my French rolls. It's like when French rolls was kind of popular. I had my little French rolls and my little pig curls, and I was clean because it's Easter. I'm in a good mood. I'm just a child. I had to be every bit of 10, maybe 11, 10, 9, 10, 11, something like that. And I was just bouncing the ball in the house. And she said, stop bouncing that motherfucking ball in my house. Somebody need to murder your ass. And I've always been this rebellious type of person, even as a child. And I remember just being so angry with her when she said it to me, but I couldn't say nothing because, you know, you got to be in a child place. But I remember just being so angry and wanting to go over there and slap her head. But it's my grandma, I can't do that. But I always been that tight. Like, I ain't never been no punk. It's crazy. I can't even explain it. But when you're going through stuff like that, it builds this type of anger inside of you. You know, one time she told me I was just gonna be a dick sucking prostitute on the side of the road. I probably was like 11 years old. And, you know, and it was just crazy. Like, I remember one time, she had found some panties that I had threw away in the garbage because, you know, they were raggedy. They had holes all over them. They were some raggedy ass panties. They had holes all over them. So I threw them away. I can't do nothing with these raggedy ass panties. So she saw those panties in the trash can. And she came up with the conclusion that I cut the panties up so that the little boys can fuck me easier. I didn't have to take my panties off because I had to cut a hole in them, but they're in the garbage can. So that's what she said when she found the cut up panties in the garbage can. And so she was like, she just accused me of having sex, and she took me to the clinic and tried to get me on birth control. So, you know, when you get put on birth control, they have to do all this extra shit, pap smear and fingers and all this shit. And I'm 13. So I remember the doctor sticking, I think, one finger inside of me, and it hurted so bad. And the doctor looked at my grandmother. He said, she's not having sex. She's a virgin. And we can't do this pap smear on her because it's going to be too painful for her. And she was like, oh, doctor, she's a virgin? Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. But I told her before that I wasn't even having sex. And just mentally, just me laying on that table, having that doctor stick his hand in me, just remember how painful that was. I don't know, that shit, it fucked with. You know, and I just remember after that, I just became different. I actually started having sex after that. Maybe at 15, though, not at 13, but at 15, I was fucking. I lost my virginity at 15. And I was just different. You know, when you that young and you can use some dick shit, you think you grown. And then motherfuckers talking to you crazy like that, like, you ain't taking that shit. Especially when it's already in you to rebel. So it's like, now you ain't taking no shit. Not on no disrespectful shit like that. So I remember one day, my grandmother, she told me not to leave the house. She was gonna go get her hair. She used to always keep us like just locked in and caged in, like we couldn't do nothing. We couldn't do nothing. You know, she may let us do something sometimes, but most of the time we couldn't do nothing. So I remember just when she left, I walked to the bebop lady. I did. After she said not to leave, I did walk to the bebop lady. I don't know if she felt that I hadn't left or she left somewhere, but she turned back around. And I was walking back, and she hopped out the car. And she just started swinging on me. And I remember just hitting her ass back. Oh, she was mad as hell. She was mad. She was so mad. And I just remember me calling my mother like, come get me. Come get me right now. And at the time, my mother had lived in Atlanta, Georgia, in College Park, Georgia. Yeah. So I'm 15 right now. You know, my mama had them moved to College Park, Georgia. That's what they call it. Is If you from College Park, you say College Park, but the right way to say it is College Park. So my mother, she lived on Camp Creek Parkway, Washington Road, right in between that shit, College Park, East Point, just right down the street. But yeah, so my mother, she came and got me the very next day. And when I moved to Atlanta, my mother and my dad hadn't actually got back together after years and years and years of not being together. So they call themselves getting back together. They probably hadn't been together about a few months at this moment, about when I moved to Atlanta. And my dad used to snort cocaine, so he had an addiction. And I remember one time, like I was probably living in Atlanta for a good month before shit. My mama kicked his ass out. That shit ain't last no fucking time. Like one time he hadn't got paid, and my mother was looking for him, and like he didn't show up for days at a time. And I just remember this crackhead lady. She was like, yeah, such and such, Pookie, that my daddy name. I love my father. And it was like, yeah, Pookie. Cause me and my mama, we had been looking for the nigga for like 2 days. He had got paid, we ain't seen the nigga. And a crackhead come knocking on our door. She was like, yeah, Pookie been up at my house getting high. 2 days, he spent all his money. He stuck, he sleep. So, and my mama took her right through that little clique. That's where she stayed at. Right over there. Made sure that she wasn't lying. My dad was over there, passed out off them drugs. And she came my ass right back to the house and packed up all his shit and threw it outside. And that was the last I saw of my daddy in ATL. So, she put that nigga shit in black bags.
Not black bag. Trash bag.
Right.
So that's your last time seeing him?
Seeing him
last
in
time
ATL.
in ATL?
Yeah. He went back to Birmingham.
How long it had been since you talked to him then?
What you mean?
Like, you said that was your last time seeing him in ATL.
Yeah.
How long did you go without talking to him?
Shit, I wasn't studying that nigga. I don't know. Pookie had been in all day, all night. He done spent all that motherfucking money. I think his rent was due. And I had just moved from Belma to College Park, and so I done came from watching my grandmother and my grandfather fight all the time to now I am experiencing this shit with my mother and my father. This is my real dad. I got that nigga face. So boom, like I said, he done snorted up all the fucking money, the rent money. So my mama, she packed his shit. So I remember him showing up and all his shit was packed. And that nigga just left. He just left. And that was that. He just left. He ended up moving back to Alabama. And that was like that was 2005. That was 2005. That was like 15. Maybe 2006 too. And that was that. Is it clear?
Yeah, okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, today is my birthday, November 28th. And it's also Thanksgiving. Right now I am headed to my Uncle Bill's house. But before I go, I have to go pick up my mom and my dad. And I love both of them, but our relationship really is not this cool. Like, not that cool. Like, they crazy as hell, so I kind of stay my distance. I love them. But this is going to be the first time in a long time that I have had my mom and my dad in the same car with me. So, we just going to see how this shit go. They both ignorant. So, yeah. Yeah, well, I got a feeling everything going to be perfect. I got a feeling, everything going to be good. Like, the ancestors and God works in mysterious ways. This may be needed. Something may be finna happen to one of us. We probably just need this moment to just be together. Because at the end of the day, family is all you have. For real, regardless of the differences. I know some family you just can't fuck with at all. But if ain't nobody just did no real harm to you, you gotta fuck with them every day. Every once in a while, cool. So we gonna see how this shit go. Let's see. And this is my mom, Sheila. Look at that damn red lipstick.
That is my dad, Pookie. Yes. Pookie Lee.
So how you and Pookie met?
We been Pookie been knowing each
I
other.
said,
How y'all met? I would know that story
of course
too.
y'all been knowing each other. I'm 34 years old. How did y'all meet?
How the hell did we meet?
Like you said, we always knew each other.
Camera on
I don't know, we just
We just hooked up because used to hang with Snake.
So y'all knew each other because y'all both from there.
Friends
Yeah,
are
I used to
friends.
go to school with his sister
when I
now.
first realized I wanted to get with her. I think I was standing on the street and she was down the street talking to a man.
Because you was over there with Snake.
Yeah, so I was just checking out and you know I like chocolate.
And then
Started from there.
And then you told me that you didn't want to be with me. And then you were walking me home, and that crazy ass Grip was coming across the
I
street.
remember that.
And Grip said, girl, I've been wanting to get with your ass for the long. You said, hold on, goddamn, this my girl. I said, hold on, you said you didn't want me though.
Because you ain't want to somebody else want.
Yeah, that what
I
happened.
wasn't trying
So
to
he
get
was
in no
walking my ass.
relationship, baby.
He was fucking with Cookie. What a name, so mom.
Why you
I ain't been stopped.
But what did you see in Cookie?
Her money. He get her goddamn money. We get drunk on the side of the practice. Her
But
money.
they said that you were always taking from man back in the day.
I ain't know what the fuck man I took.
That's what they said.
But they lied, goddamn. What the fuck man I took.
Yeah, they said she was cooking, man.
Cause I was goddamn.
They said Pookie was
I always thought
You
myself.
took her from Cook.
I was all.
And you took him from Cook. Is that true?
I always damn thought I was
I had
ugly.
been stopped.
I used to be crying. I was
So
ugly.
did you really like Cook or you was just talking to her for her money?
talking?
Because I know you ain't.
No.
He was just getting her damn money. I came home when me and you came back home with the stroller, and I'm trying to get in the house. And him and Bernard and that playing the goddamn Atari. So I know you don't remember a lot of shit. I remember it real close. I kicked that goddamn project door in, and I said I'm pregnant. You said you what? I said I'm pregnant. You said I ain't mine. I said okay, and that's when I went and put your ass on child support, and they delivered them papers to your ass at Captain D's. When you worked at
They put
Captain
him on
D's.
child support for me because they don't put him on child support for a pregnant baby.
They put his ass on child support for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was finna put him on child support for both of y'all.
But you
Cause
was
I
pregnant.
hadn't had Sean yet. Then when I moved to Texas, then his ass wanna say he don't believe Sean Hill. Barbara had a nervous breakdown. She was damn like everybody had a fit. We had to,
right here?
then I had to come back.
Okay, Sheila. Okay, that's
Then
true.
I had to
They
come
get
back.
Pookie side.
I had to come back to
let's-
Texas, the best one.
My side.
Okay, so you
already spoke.
I mean, because if you ain't feel like if you ain't feel like she was yours, that's
Say the
cool.
only
You can
time-
feel like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't entitled to
listening.
feel like that.
You ain't listening to me.
Okay.
The only time I felt like she wasn't mine is when she told me she wasn't.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She told me she
That was
wasn't mine.
over. I told you that.
But you ain't say you were just playing for
But
nothing.
I knew when the
But
baby
she
was
said-
born, I look in her eyes, all I
But
saw.
Sheila
was
trying to
see,
kick it
I
like
knew
you
she
saying
was
it
mine.
wasn't
Well, why
yours
the fuck
when
you had
she
me to
was
come back
pregnant.
from Texas then? That time she
So
won
she
yours.
told me that bullshit.
Nigga,
so-
please.
Okay, well, she did you
That's
say it?
why
If you
I
said it, you said it. It's okay. We say
why.
things that we don't mean when we mad.
Anyway.
We do that. I done said a lot of stuff.
Any
I
damn
remember
way.
it like it was yesterday.
Okay, and that's understandable. And sometimes that happens.
And then look,
And I can
that
understand
time I was finna cook for Thanksgiving. And I supposed to be going to G&D or some damn well.
What bill stay? I get lost every.
All the way back.
Is this the right? This the right?
To the right, to the right.
I remember I used to, when I come in the house, I say,
do with all this footage you
And I'm just getting it. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just getting it. Just no, I ain't gonna put it up.
make a move out that bitch.
I'm shooting my documentary. I'm shooting a documentary on my
I used to come in
journey
the
to
house.
success.
I said, Savvy.
Yeah.
You be
So-
having a fit.
Yeah, that's what said again.
Baby,
That's what
goddamn.
Chaviel originated from. Say
Yeah, I
it again.
said, Savvy. Boy, you be having a fit.
Yeah.
Pookie used to try to do it. That damn girl won't do that shit for me, man, when I do it. You remember that too, Pookie? Yeah. And then when your ass, then when he leave us, he take everything. He leave us in the dog and
Like
shit.
I said, this is a good day for Thanksgiving.
No, we talk. Now I get to that goddamn point, your ass don't want to talk thump. I looked at shot.
But see, Pookie,
I
you
said,
had your own issues too, though. Like you
I
said,
said,
you
baby,
had
this our last time being in the dog like this.
But yeah, see, yeah, Pookie had his own issues.
Then he would leave me, go smoking and shit, be gone 2, 3, 4, 5 days and shit. You a damn lie.
Well,
then your ass will come up Leroy house like me and Leroy were kicking it.
It's okay.
How you gonna try to find me when you been gone 2, 3 days? You been gone 2, 3 damn days.
I ain't never stayed there.
That nigga thought.
Okay.
That nigga thought that goddamn chair through that motherfucking window.
I'm okay.
I goddamn took off at the back door when it called the police. Goddamn. Mama was so goddamn mad.
Like everything happened for a reason.
She just reminiscing. Like,
Yeah, no, everything happened
Mama
for
was
a
so
reason.
goddamn mad because I had to call the police and everything. That we had to pay for them. Then ran up, I stopped and go and call the police. Goddamn barefooted. Hell yeah. I said, oh hell no. You remember throwing that goddamn chair through the window? I know the fuck you know.
You don't know that
I know.
show.
And then Mama was so damn mad. Mama came and got shot. She said, until you get this goddamn window fixed, she ain't coming back over here. And I don't know why the fuck he do that when he ain't supposed to be here anyway.
Pookie said he don't remember throwing those.
Then look.
Good way towards everybody. Showing love. You know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't got no time for no bull noise. We came to have fun. Let's do that. Alright?
Alright.
Eat what y'all want to eat. Drink what you want to drink. I don't care. Alright? Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, another day that you have made. Yes. We're going to rejoice and be glad in this day. We're going to rejoice and be glad in these festivities. Dear Lord, bless this food we're about to receive. We ask that it be strengthened and nourished to our bodies. We thank you and we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And so it was just me and my mother at this point. And I remember meeting a guy named Ryan. And me and Ryan, and I'm 16 at this time. I told Ryan I was 18. You know, me and Ryan ended up having a child together. It was Zariah. You know, so I was 16 and pregnant. I had Zariah when I was 17. So yeah, that happened. Oh, and it's like being a single mother like that. Especially when you coming from this toxic ass environment. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it was a lot that I had to learn too, just being a mother at 17, and then her father ended up going to prison when I was 3 months pregnant. So I did the whole pregnancy alone, and I'm 17, and this nigga in prison. He got out when she was 2 years old, you know, but anyway, once I had her, I met a guy named Damien, but I met Damien before Zariah. Me and him was just really, really cool. Then he ended up going to jail. Like, we never even had sex or anything. He ended up going to jail, and then I ended up meeting Zariah's father. We had sex. I got pregnant with Zariah, and yeah. So when her father goes to prison, I rekindled with Damien. And Damien, he took Zariah in like she was one of his own. And Damien was the love of my life. Me and Damien relationship was very dangerous. And I'm Xavier, and I robbed to survive. I was never a good girl turned bad, but a bad girl turned savage. All thanks to this nigga right here, Damien. That my nigga. He old bankhead nigga from Georgia. And it's just us. Man, nigga, you sure he gonna be out here?
Yeah, man, I've been watching his ass all week.
Make this shit quick, cause I'm ready to go home and relax.
So, man, you know how I get down.
Last time you had me worried. You took a little bit too long.
Hey, hold on. Turn around. This the nigga right here. Matter of fact, spin the block.
What the fuck is he doing? This nigga, oh man. Damien. Oh God, what the fuck is this nigga, man? Oh shit, going to voicemail. Oh my God. You okay?
I'm good. What's up?
Yo. What the fuck was that?
What you mean?
This man was running and you shot at him. Like, what the fuck?
Man, that nigga did the complete opposite of what I thought he was gonna do.
He was running.
I thought we was gonna make it easy just to draw down on him.
So you decide to shoot at him as he's running? And then on top of that, you took the nigga whip. And I hope that shit ain't parked in the front of my motherfucking house.
Man, hell no, I parked this shit on the block.
That shit there high, like we don't be moving like that. That is the quickest way to get caught up. Like that we don't do that, period. No, we did a lot of dangerous shit. Me and Damien. I did a lot of dangerous shit too with Zariah's father. Like I remember one time me and Zariah daddy, we was sitting outside chilling. He had beef with these niggas, right? It's me and Ryan. He had beef with these niggas, right? So I had saw one of the niggas. We was sitting out in the apartment. So I had saw the nigga. So I told my baby dad, I'm like, damn that nigga, man, you need to shoot that nigga, man. Fuck that, shoot that nigga. My baby dad like, nah, I don't want to shoot that nigga. So me, I'm ignorant. Like, oh, pussy ass nigga, pussy. So he felt like he had something to prove to me. You know, I'm ignorant. I was. I ain't shit like that, but I was.
Hey, where you from?
Don't worry about what the fuck I'm from, nigga.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, nigga.
What's up? Where I'm from, we gonna rock that shit for design. True to that shit.
Man, I don't give a fuck about that stupid shit you talking about,
oh,
nigga.
Stupid shit?
Yeah, nigga.
It's stupid shit,
ain't where you from, it's where you at,
Oh,
nigga.
you know where you at? Know where you at?
Yeah, nigga.
You know where you at?
ATL, ho.
ATL, ho.
ATL, ho.
You hype,
Yeah,
baby. You hype, baby. I got your ATL, ho.
Hey, bro.
I got your ATL, I got it.
Damn, cuz, you gonna let that nigga punk you like that? Man, nigga ain't punk shit, he had a pistol. What the fuck that mean, nigga? Like, man, that nigga was mad disrespectful. Niggas gonna be disrespecting you all the motherfucking time. Like, fuck that, man. Fuck that, I got my life.
Man, it's the principle.
It's the principle for me, cuz. It's the principle. You know what? You know what, you right. Let me see that stick. Hey, nigga. Nigga,
On crib, nigga. Alright, nigga, let go. Let go, nigga, let go.
So this nigga go pop, and the thing was the gun jammed the first time. So he did some physical shit. So we run in the house like shit just cool. I remember sitting by the window. Literally, it's like the window was behind me. I remember like my head literally sitting, cause you know the window up here in my head, and I'm sitting on the floor. So I remember just sitting by the window, and I had this really bad feeling in my stomach. It's like my stomach had did some shit like this. So it's like I was forced to lay down. And as soon as I laid down, exactly where my head was at, bullets started flying. Bullets started flying through the window. Big ass bullets. So I'm laying on the floor. It's like I'm crawling on my stomach. I'm trying to make it to the bathroom. And then I climb in the bathtub and I just lay on my back. And I'm praying to God that these niggas don't kick in the motherfucking door and come in here and kill us. I'm just praying they don't do that shit. I'm praying they don't do that shit. Actually, in here when they shot it up, like shit, I remember just sitting by the window. And you know how you had this good feeling like that something fucked up finna happen? That's literally what happened. Like my stomach started to hurt so bad. Like my stomach started to hurt so bad. And I was sitting right by this window with my head turned, with my back was facing like this. I was leaning up against the window like that. And my stomach started to hurt so bad to the point where I had to just lay down. As soon as I laid down, bullets started flying, like from everywhere. Started just flying in. Literally, as I was laying down, a bullet went right past my face, just like that. And shit, you can actually, and this shit was, I was 16 years old, I'm 34. You can actually still see some of the fucking holes and shit. You know, they still here. So, you know, ain't no camping over here. And a lot of folks, they like to glorify this hood shit. They like to glorify this hood shit. But nah, I'm trying to get up out this hood shit. This hood shit is raw. They came and shot up the place. They shot up the place. My baby daddy mother came to get us, but when she got here, he wouldn't let me get in the car with them. He was like, stay here. I'm like, why would I stay here? These niggas just came and shot up the house. Like, what if they come back? He was like, stay here. So I stayed. So he get in the car with his mother, and literally just 30 seconds later, I hear and they just shot the car up that they was in. His mother got shot in the leg. A bullet went, because she was the driver, so a bullet went through the driver door. It went through her thigh and it came out her left. Went through her left thigh and it came out her right thigh. And it fucked her up. She had to walk with a goddamn cane and shit. And she good now, but yeah, this shit was real. Like, this shit was real. The niggas was trying to kill his ass and whoever was affiliated. And it make me think that if I would have got in that car, I wouldn't even be here. So yeah, if I would have got in that car, I wouldn't even be here today. You know, it was a reason why he said stay here. And I did not want to stay here because I was scared as fuck. I thought the niggas was coming back. But he did right by telling me to stay here. And I was pregnant. I was 16 and pregnant at the time. And yeah, I wouldn't have been here. My daughter wouldn't have been here. So hey, God works in mysterious ways. This is my 17-year-old daughter that I was pregnant with at the time of the shooting. And like I said, if I would have probably hopped in that car, or if I would have never put my head down from your window, neither one of us would have been here. So I'm honored, you know. She is proof. Yeah. And so, boom, I had my baby at 17. I had her at Atlanta Medical Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia. March 18, 2008 at 11:44, something like that. Zariah Cheyenne. And at this time, I'm 17. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with no baby. I was like, but it did change me. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm 17. And mentally, I ain't even right. I ain't ready to be no fucking mama. But it's like I had to. And it's been a lot of days like shit. My mother, she was facing her shit, like, you know, living in the hood and shit. Like, it comes with this thing. I remember one time these motherfuckers, like, these doctors were going around literally knocking on folks' door in the hood, asking them to try this pill as an experiment, and they going around giving folks $100 to try this shit. And my mama, she was like, $100? That's all she heard. And she was trying to get me to do this shit. They giving out $100 if you try this pill. I'm like, fuck, nah, I'm straight. I ain't no guinea pig. Even though I've always been that, you feel me? Even when I wasn't it. So it's like, hell no, I ain't no guinea pig. I ain't finna experiment on me. And this is in the early 2000s. Well, mid 2000s, 2009. Whatever, however that shit goes. So early 2000s. Well, hold on. Yeah, early 2000s. Yeah, okay, early. Anyway, fuck that. But, but my mother, she did that shit. And it was like, that shit had her loony. That shit had her loony. That shit had her loony. It fucked her up. Like, you know, she started drinking real heavy. We used to fight a lot. Like, I fought my mother more than I fought anybody in my life. Hold on, my light just went off. Focus. Yeah, I fought my mother more than anybody I fought in my life. So yeah, like my first time going to jail was because my damn mama was trying to go across my damn head with a vase, and I called the damn police. But when the police we was arguing so bad, they separated us. It was like, step back here. So you know, when they go in my room, I see some motherfucking weed on the goddamn TV. So I go to jail for some damn weed. But you know, God works in mysterious ways. I needed to leave that house because I was locked up, and I was just locked up for about 2.5 days. 2.5 days I was locked up. So, but it was my first time going to jail, and it was an experience. It was an experience. Like, I remember walking in there, and it was this girl. She was like, yeah, none of us want to be here, you know, we're gonna be alright. Like, cause she hadn't been there for some years though, so it was like she was accustomed to how people felt when they walked in. And I don't know why that stood out to me. And it's just the stories that I was hearing while I was locked up, and a lot of black women were going through it. Like, this one girl, she got locked up. They took her baby away. So I remember her just crying real bad and shit. Like, she was fucked up. Like, everybody just had their own story. And none of them were pretty. None of them. And yeah, my mother got pretty much bailed me out of jail with my money. I told her where my money was at, come get me. But this time I started working at Zaxby's. It was my first job ever. And I remember when I first started working at Zaxby's, I was broke as fuck. I ain't had no motherfucking money. And I remember being so hungry on a lunch break. And they would not feed you for free. But at the end of the night, at the end of the shift, they would throw out every food that didn't get sold, they would throw it in the dump. Instead of just giving it to me, and I was starving, but I worked for y'all. And I'm hungry. But at the end of the night, y'all dumping this shit. And I'm hungry. And I got a little girl at the house. Our lights cut off. Our shit smell like dead rats because the food in the refrigerator had to spoil. We got a dead rat in this motherfucker somewhere that we don't know where is it. The lights off, the power off. I couldn't even afford Pampers for my little girl. I used to have to wrap her up in towels and shit. I remember one time it got so bad I was eating her baby food. Cause they wouldn't shit at the house to eat but baby food. Cause she wasn't eating the shit. She didn't even want that bullshit. But I remember being so hungry, I ate it. I got caught stealing Pampers from her at the store. The man, he felt so bad for me. He was like, just keep the Pampers. One of the register gave me $10. Let's go. And I went and bought weed with that $10. Like, my mindset was not there. So I consider myself being a horrible mother when I first had my daughter. I do. But yeah, boom. So after I had my daughter, me and Damien, we rekindled. And he came in, he took care of my daughter like she was his. And he became like the love of my life. And we was so toxic. We used to fight so much. I remember he slapped the fuck out of me one time because I spent his money on some weed, but the little weed was so little. He was like, you spending my money on this little shit? He fired my ass up. And I just remember wanting to shoot his ass. But he had to grab the gun too quick. But I was finna kill his ass that day. And he grabbed that motherfucking pistol. It was an AK. It was a big ass gun. And I just remember picking up this glass and bah, just throwing that motherfucker. Like, me and Damien got a lot of stories together. But it was so much love. You see where that trauma comes from? All that fucking hate and fight and violence. I still say it was so much love because it was. It was. We didn't know no better. Both of us had been hurt. Both of us had trauma. So we looking at this shit like we were young doing grown folk shit, thinking we had this thing called life figured out, but we were just learning and fucking up and growing together. And we used to just fight a lot. We used to fight a lot. And he was so overprotective of me though. That's what made me love him so much. I remember one time this guy, he used to always flirt with me, and Damien told him, he was like, hey, stop flirting with him. Stop even talking to him. The man was like, man, nigga, alright, bro, you got it. So one day, me and Damien, we at College Park train station. We had just got off the train, so we sitting on the bus. And that same guy, he walked past, you know, he gets on the bus, he walked past us, and he touches my shoulder because I'm sitting right here. Damien is sitting by the window, so I'm sitting right here in the aisle. So he walks by, hey, Shy, what's up? And I'm like, what up? So Damien like, did this nigga just touch you? And I said, no. Damien said, yes, he did. And I'm like, oh my God. So we riding the bus, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm scared because I know Damien crazy. I know he crazy, so I'm scared. And I'm like, Damien, what bus stop we getting off? Because it was like 3 different bus stops we can get off, you know, to go to my house. He was like, I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know. He was real cool and calm. So when the nigga who got up, like who touched me, when that nigga got up and got off the bus, he was like, we getting off right here. And I'm like, so we get off right there, right? And he's like, Damien, wait till that nigga hit the corner, like behind that building. He just took off, and I'm pushing Zariah in the stroller at this time. So by the time I hit the corner, Damien stumping this nigga head in the ground, beating his ass the whole time. The nigga laying on the floor, laying on the ground, screaming, over, bitch, over, girl. And it's like Damien was just stomping his ass even harder. Like, watch your mouth, nigga. And I remember just going over there, grabbing Damien, like, chill out, bruh. And he just calmed down, and we just walked off. Like, he was crazy. And then I remember one time, this guy had just tried to disrespect Damien. Like, he was old cocky ass nigga. He didn't know who he was fucking with. He was just old cocky nigga, had a little money. So he had said some old fly shit to Damien. And you know, and it was Damien and his friend. He was being real cocky with Damien and his friend, not knowing that these 2 niggas are fucking crazy. They crazy by themselves, but together these niggas cool. So I'm just chilling, not saying nothing, because I know how these niggas get. So the nigga cock out, you know, nigga real cock out, broke ass nigga, y'all nigga get y'all some money, woo, woo, woo. He even pulled out a little pistol on some flex and shit, boy. It's like Damien just lost his mind. He just literally beat this nigga with his knee. And all you just saw was blood squirting up. Damien had blood all down his leg. This nigga blood. Then his homeboy, Damien homeboy, had took the nigga pistol and had shot the nigga in the foot with his own pistol. And took his money. So it's like, I've seen a lot. I remember one time Damien took this nigga car.
Anyway, Damien, he was another street nigga. He was ruthless. He was probably 10 times more ruthless than Ryan. You know, like I thought Ryan was ruthless, but Damien was really. And Damien one time he had stole a car. He stole a car from the Chevron right here. The BP, the Chevron, whatever the fuck. He had stole the car. And for whatever reason, he parked his damn car at our apartment. And so the guy had a tracker on the car. And so he was able to see exactly who the fuck took his car. You know, I made Damien get a nigga his keys back. He did, but it was still some animosity after that. So, you know, one day me and Damien, we walking down this hill. I'm pushing my daughter in a stroller down this hill. A big ass van stops right here. It's like 8 niggas in this van. And the nigga who car Damien took, he's driving. So he rolled the window down. He said, nigga, didn't I tell you I was gonna see you? And like 8 niggas just hop out the van. Damien reaches into the diaper bag and grabs a gun that I didn't even know was there. And he just started busting. He just started shooting. So I just took off running. And I'm assuming Damien took off this way. We just split up. I don't know how that was. He was mad as hell that happened. But as I'm running, some nigga, he chasing after me. I'm running like fast. I run all the way to the store across the street. It's called the Airport Market. And when I get to the store, the nigga, he stopped. He don't come in the store with me. But I noticed that the nigga who was driving had been shot. And so everybody like, nigga, come on, let's get in the car. We gotta get to the hospital. This nigga been shot. We gotta go. And so that was that. So I make it back up the hill. Damien coming back down the hill. And he got the biggest gun I had ever seen. Just in broad fucking daylight. Like ready. And shit, that was that. We go to the house and put the gun up. And shit, yeah. That's that story. So yeah, like I was saying, I ran down this hill. I was running. Across Washington Road. Get that sign, Washington Road. Damien had then took the car from over here at the Chevron. Yeah, he had then took the car from over there and shit. And I took off running down the hill and I went straight to this store right here. It was called the Airport Market.
That's called Scott.
Yeah, I ran to this store right over here and it was called the Airport Market at the time, but yeah. So yeah. That's me.
Ran across the street.
Ran across the street, could have got hit and everything.
You didn't stop.
I ain't stopped. I was running for my life. I had my daughter with me.
Damn, you running for 2 lives.
Right.
Running for 2 lives. That is crazy. And then you had a stroller.
Had a stroller.
Oh my God. You didn't have time to react.
Yeah.
You didn't have time to react.
Nah, I didn't. I just took out fucking running. So yeah, like I said, I had my daughter.
You said that when I was laughing.
She was just laughing. She didn't even know we were goddamn in danger.
She was just having
fun like, cause she was going fast in a damn stroll.
And how old was she then?
She was like 1.
Oh.
Or maybe 8, 9 months.
Oh.
She was like, wee, like laughing. And I'm like, shit. I'm trying to goddamn get out of motherfucking die. Cause we finna damn be, they trying to murk her. But, you know, we made it through that. Shit. And so now I'm finna go over to the apartment complex that I actually live in. I see they call Central Park Apartments. But when I was living here, they were actually called Southern Heights Apartment. So Southern Heights Apartment. Southern Heights Apartment. When I first moved moved over here, my first day my first day moving here, I saw a black man get killed by the police. It was right here. It was right here in the front.
Damn.
Yeah. They told him to put his hands up or something. He wanted to go in his pocket and get his phone.
Oh, so he didn't have a weapon.
He didn't even have a weapon, but he went in his pocket. And as soon as he went in his pocket, they just gunned him down. They gunned him down. And that was my first day living here. And I was like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna take y'all to my apartment. We're gonna step on the outside.
Wow.
You just follow. Is it still going?
Yeah.
Apartment complex, and I stayed in apartment L4. There used to be the little laundry area. We used to hit them motherfuckers up. We used to break in the washers and dryers and steal quarters.
Damn.
We came up though.
Off them quarters?
Hell yeah. And then when our lights would get cut off, we would go off and go break the shit, go break the meters to turn our lights back on and shit.
Damn.
L4. I stayed in L4. Yeah, L4. That apartment right there.
Yeah.
I want to say this shit was hunting. It was so much. Hold on. Damn airplanes. Ain't no telling who flying over our head. We in the air. Ain't no telling who that is now. But anyway, I want to say the apartments was haunted. I experienced a lot of fucking supernatural shit living here. Like some real haunted shit. And it was bad. But anyway, like, yeah, these motherfuckers was haunted. Maybe still are. I don't know. But yeah, this is where I lived at when I stayed here in Atlanta. I stayed in apartment L4. And it was Southern Heights apartment. Every Friday, these niggas would get you shooting at the top of the hill. So yeah.
You don't like nobody living in there.
Yeah, don't like nobody living out there either.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You trying to go up there?
Nah. Kind of creepy.
Yeah, you got
so much fucked up shit that can happen here. Yeah. This particular spot, this used to be the candy lady spot. She was an African lady. I want to say her name was Miss Didi. Something like that, but she was an African lady. She sold cigars, your typical candy lady. And my mama used to hang out over here with the candy lady. They were real close. And you know, one day I needed a cigar, so I walked over here. And when I get over here, the candy lady fucking fighting with a bitch, and my mama is standing there between them, breaking them up like, y'all stop. So the girl who getting her ass whooped say, Sheila, who was my mama, Sheila, you were holding me back. You were holding me down. I got something for your ass. So she leave. So she leave. She leave, and I'm like, ma, fuck that. Let go to the house. I ain't got time for this stupid ass shit. Let go. And my mama said, fuck that bitch. Well, I said, I'm finna go. Cause I ain't really like that shit. So I was like, I'm finna go. So my mother, she was actually standing on this balcony, and I'm walking out this door. I got at the time my daughter 1 year old. Me and my daughter, we walking out the door. As I'm walking out the door, I see a gang of bitches coming, and my mama see them. She's standing from the balcony, and she was like, hold on, wait a motherfucking minute. And so next time, you know, she out here with me. So it's like you got about 20 motherfuckers coming towards just me, my mom, and my child. And so I met them halfway, like, what's up? Like, cause y'all ain't finna jump my mama, period. And so one girl hops in my mother's face and her and my mama fighting. So me being me, I jump in. And old girl baby daddy, he jump in and he hit me in my shit. He blacked my motherfucking eye.
Stop this shit. Stop fighting in my house. Sheena, you was holding me down. I wasn't holding shit down. I got up off your ass.
Right. And if you ain't scared, we can run that shit back.
All right. I got something for y'all since y'all want to jump me.
I jump you. Ain't nobody jump you. You always lying. I always did some bullshit. And you came to my house to fight, which was disrespectful to bring that shit to my house.
What's going on?
That bitch came over here trying to check me on some he say, she say crap, swung on me first and got her ass beat.
That's crazy. It's always some drama.
Oh, lying bitch.
Let me go, child.
Yeah, you do that to stay dangerous, baby.
You too, Sheena.
You got anything to smoke on?
I ain't got shit, auntie. I'm really trying to cut back on it for real, for real.
Shit, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed to keep me from around here having to cut me a bitch around here.
I feel it. I feel it. You ready? Come on, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Man, them hoes jumped me, bruh.
Jumped you?
Hell yeah.
When?
10 minutes to go around Sheena house.
Hell no, hell no.
Man, let's go roll up on the motherfuckers.
Shit, let's do it.
I heard BK had that fire.
Must be some good shit.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Don't worry, I got that motherfucking file on me.
We'll get this shit.
Sheena, you wrong for holding my sister down.
That's the lie she told? She got her ass with fan square. I got her ass up to be technical.
What the fuck I gotta lie for? Y'all jumped me.
Ain't nobody jumped you. Like, I just got over here to stop with all that lying and shit. Man, y'all need to get the fuck on for real, for real.
What you gonna do about it?
She got that fire!
Get back! Fuck! Fuck! Get your ass up. Come on here.
Fuck, nigga hit me in my shit. Ain't.
Damn, he got you on some hoe shit.
Some straight hoe shit.
Makari going to prison when he see this shit.
Oh, man. I can't have him going to jail for doing nothing crazy. I can't. I gotta hide this shit.
How the hell you gonna hide that shit, that big ass black eye? You better hope he don't already know.
And it was just a lot. You know, the next day my mama went to jail for stealing out of Publix. And I'm just walking around these bitches by myself. I had just got hit in the eye. It was just a lot. And you know, cause my mother, like, it was the really solid family that I had, for real, for real. And at this time, me and Damien, we not together because I was trying to get away from him. I was trying to go a new leaf. But I felt the need to tell him this. And that was it. It got handled. I got into it with Britt, you know. She was running a line saying we jumped her and all that shit. And her nigga jumped in and hit me in my shit.
Her nigga jumped in and hit you in the eye. Man, you tripped, man. Where this nigga at, man?
Babe, please, just let this shit go.
Nah, I don't want to hear all that pleading shit. This nigga got to see me. You nigga gonna hit my girl in the eye? Nah.
No, babe, please, like, nah, just let it go.
I'll be back. I got it. Just let it go.
No, just let it go. I'm coming with you.
Nah, I'm gonna make him come over here so he can apologize.
No, don't do that.
Just relax. I
babe,
got it.
Please don't go.
Just relax. I got it. I promise.
Baby, Bakari.
They coming. Let's just face this shit. Can't have these folks kicking in my door.
What are you doing? What y'all doing? Why y'all taking him?
Got witnesses. They say he shot a man and he left him in critical condition.
He ain't left the house. He been here with me all day.
Tell me a damn lie.
I love you, baby.
But see, for my man, it was the principle behind this shit. When they looked at him, they see a thug. But when I look at him, I see a king, a protector.
This is best pizza. This used to be my favorite motherfucking spot. Like, we used to come here for everything. Wings, pizza, Subway sandwiches, goddamn calzone. They had it all in there.
I was 17. I was 17 when I had her. And the fact that she's 17 now and she's nothing how I was, I'm so honored that I was able to change my life for her, because she's the reason why I changed my life. And she's the reason why, because I had to get on my shit for her. You know, and she is proof that I changed. Cause she ain't shit like me. She's 100% better than me. Like I said, I was giving birth at her age, and now she's into sports. You know, she doing her thing. You know, she's better.
Smart, aware, alert, not dealing with no crazy stuff.
Right.
Not going through a lot of the things you had to endure as a child, as a teenager. You grew up, you was actually, as a teenager, you were living life like you was in your 20s, 30s. Yeah, you grew up fast.
Yeah, I don't want to speak about Queen. I'm cool too. Okay. You know, I originally came to Atlanta yesterday to go do a meet and greet with Queen Afur, which is a healer. She's a herbalist, a healer, a guider, a goddess. And, you know, I'm like, shit, while I'm here in Atlanta, I can just document, you know. But Queen Afur actually brought me back here to Atlanta. And it's because of her that we even doing this documentary for real, because I wouldn't even been in the 80 Day for real if I would have never saw the Queen yesterday. But it was a beautiful experience to go be around her, be in her presence, be touched by her, to take some of the healing that she was giving. It was just a beautiful experience. Well, I am at the grave of Damien Stinchcomb. Damien, he was shot and killed February the 13th, which was a Friday the 13th, on Bankhead and Etheridge projects. They locked down now, but yeah, I still don't even know the whole backdrop to that. It's just a lot of speculations and stories, but yeah, I do know he was shot running. Like the bullets came from behind him. So I don't know. I still don't know what's going on. But you know, even though me and Damien, we went through a lot. He did a lot of shit, but
I forgive him. And we was young. We ain't know no fucking better. Like, we ain't know no better. Like, he's one of my protectors now. And I know this for a fact. Like, I can feel him right here with me right now. I can feel him right here with me right now. So, he ain't never left. He ain't going nowhere. Like, it's one of my angels. One of my demons, I say, for real. Because he don't play. You fuck with me? Oh, okay. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do some real great shit, my nigga. Like, I'm doing great shit. But align me with the money, my nigga. Put me in alignment with the money. I'm being called to go over here.
Yeah, I was always about the money.
Align me with the money.
Watch your feet.
No, you wanted me to step over here for some reason. You want me to look at the water? What's up? One time, I was walking up this hill right here. And I'm like, God, I'm so broke. I need some money. And I'm just walking, stressed out. I look down. It's some crack. It's all chopped up, ready to go. I pick it up like, oh, thank you, God. And I started to sell crack that day. But let me say give it away, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I gave that shit away. But I knew instantly that selling crack wasn't for me, period. Because of the type of energy that you have to deal with, you know. So nah. And then you poisoning your people and shit, you just is guilty, you know. So yeah, with it.
Moving back to Alabama, I ended up moving back to Belma, Alabama, and I got my GED and I graduated. Then I went to community college. I went to Lawson State in Bessemer, Alabama, and I got my associate's degree in business. I graduated. And then from there, I went to Miles College. And there I took business as my major, but on the side I did theater. And, you know, so I graduated from Miles College with a business degree, with the bachelor's degree in business, but it was the theater program that really sparked my interest, which is how I got into film, because we were doing stage plays and, you know, all this singing and acting and writing and costume rehearsal. I like that shit. I fell in love with that shit. Duh, this is up my alley. I love it, you know, and it helped mold me. Just doing something different, like just being around different type of people who all are aiming to be successful or trying to be. You know, it's a different environment, you know, and that's what college did for me. It put me around a different environment that I needed to be around, outside of the hood shit. Because when you see too much hood shit, you become accustomed to that shit. So it's always good to change up your environment, especially around positive people who are trying to be successful or going to be successful. So that's what Miles College did for me.
All right, I am here with the beautiful Miss Ruth Randall. This queen is so phenomenal. She, like she said, like she has a purpose in helping people find their purpose and finding their gift. She know how to pull out the beast in you, the best in you.
Like she said, she was shy when I first entered into this auditorium. I was so shy. They had a Motown play, and it's like I had never did anything with plays or theater or nothing. But I started doing plays with this queen right here, and she just sparked something in me. And not only me, but a lot of people. So many people have said, oh, it's Miss Randall that taught me voice. Oh, Miss Randall taught me this. Miss Randall taught me that. It is because of her that I do this. So this lady is phenomenal. And I just had to come back to the person who I feel like made me, like I can't even speak about my art without even bringing this lady up, because it's because of her. You know, she brought out the best in me. I didn't even know that I wasn't even thinking about movies or making none of that. It was the theater program that sparked my interest to write and create. I remember when we was doing the Motown play that she would be like, oh, she was doing everything from costumes to directing. I'm talking about everything, teaching people how to sing, just everything. And her work ethics is unmatched. So I go so hard. Like, I get my work ethics from her. Like, I learned everything from her. Like, I remember one time she was making costumes for the play, and she was up, like, she was here all night. And I'm like, what?
Sitting right back
Sitting
there.
right there. And I'm like, what? Did you go to sleep? You was like, mm-mm. But I just wanted to say thank you, Ms. Randall, for everything that you do. You have big purpose here. God is so pleased with you. Like, it is because of you that a lot of people are into the art, into the industry. And I just wanted to give you your flowers here on camera. So, you know, if I become big before she become big, I'm about her a house, I'm about her a car, I'm about her everything. But yeah, I just wanted to just shed light on this beautiful goddess, because she is one of those, you know, like I said, it's because of her that I am who I am today, and I'm so honored for her.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, thank you.
You put me with a group of children, and I'm going to pull on their gifts. I'm going to find out what their gifts are. We're going to find out what makes them laugh. We're going to find out what motivates them. And if their gifts are artsy, you can guarantee that I'm going to put them in a place that will cause them to flourish. And I think that that is one of my biggest gifts, is being able to develop the gifts in other individuals.
So once I graduated in 2017, I brought a camera, I started writing strips, and I just started making my own moves. And them motherfuckers was bullshit in the beginning. It's like, whew, Lord, because it was just me. I was writing, I was directing, I was acting, I was filming, I was editing, I was uploading, I was casting, I was getting locations, I was feeding. I was doing it all by myself. But I was doing it. And I'm still doing it all by myself in 2024. But I love it so much. Like, I have a passion for it. It's not giving me the riches that I want, but it's okay because I'm passionate about it. I love this shit. The money gonna come eventually. Right now, this shit ain't doing nothing. But eventually, it's gonna make me very fucking rich, and I know this. Because your passion is what makes you free. It sets you to freedom. Doing things that you're good and passionate about. That's why you're passionate about it. That's why you got that fire in you. Do that. That's your freedom. That's your calling. Do that. But yeah, so, but I did have a son named Mazani. Mazani Davis, Mazani Asanis. We ain't even gonna call last names, but I had him in 2017. September the 5th, 2017, I met his father. And we had a baby. And that was like not a good thing. Because we went through custody battles. He took my son away from me behind my back. He went and did this whole custody thing behind my back. And the state of Alabama, this shit so fucked up, and the system is so corrupt. It's just shit just be happening like that. Literally, I wasn't a bad mother. I didn't do any type of investigation shit. I didn't even know about the fucking court day. I wouldn't even serve no goddamn papers. But that happened. And you know, he pretty much just got mad at me about some bullshit, and pretty much went behind my back. I custody of my son and gave it to him, and by him having this paperwork, it gave him a lot of power over me. And so I just went through a lot. I went through so much with that. I went to jail. I remember the police. Like, I remember being on the run because I kidnapped my fucking baby because the judge said I had no rights to my baby. So I'm like, what? I got me fucked up. So I had to kidnap my baby. I remember the marshals and detectives calling my phone saying, we hate to put an Amber Alert on you, but that's going to be the case if you don't bring the baby back and whoop. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. And so I remember just coming back, and I remember being at my mother's house, and the detective showed up and it was like, you're gonna have to get this baby up. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And it's like she understood me. She was like, okay. She was like, but it's the judge orders. I said, fuck that judge. Fuck him. And she was like, okay. So it was a police officer. All these people showed up. So eventually I had to get a baby back up. I did. And so I remember a couple of months go by. It was Halloween. I begged him. I'm like, can I just get him? I just want to take him trick or treat. And he was like, yeah, but I'm coming back to get him that night. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that night, you know, after we went trick or treating, you know, I noticed after I took his costume off, he was just itching and itching. So me being a mother, I gave him a bath and rubbed him down with his cream and stuff because he had dry skin and eczema. And his father was not taking care of him at all, period. You can tell by the way he looked, he was horrible. But so it was about 8:30, so I hit the father up. I'm like, can you just come and get him in the morning? It's like 20 degrees outside. He just got out of the tub. I'm like, just come get him in the morning. No, I told you I'm coming to get him tonight. So it was just on some ego shit. So when he showed up, I'm like, nigga, no, fuck that. You ain't get him. Come get him back. Come get him in the morning. So he called the police. And by him having his custody paper, it gives him this type of power over me. So the police show up. We just want to look at the boy. It was a blonde-eyed blue. It was I said blonde-eyed. It was a blonde hair, blue-eyed white officer. He was like, we just want to look at the boy. We just want to make sure you're okay. And my dumb ass was like, yeah, sure, look at him. So he goes to look at him, he grabs my baby, so I'm blue. The police officer, they done rough my ass up. I'm in jail. I remember on the way to jail, it was Halloween night, so I remember cursing on them. I'm like, y'all hoes cursed. Fuck y'all bitches, y'all fucking with the right one. Y'all hoes cursed, the family curse. I'm mad. And it's like 11 o'clock at night, right? So it's cold as fuck in that dirty ass jail. And they gave me some little thin ass little blanket to cover up with. Cause like I said, it's late, so they ain't really got too much blankets to give away. They didn't gave them all away. So they gave me this little thin ass shit. I was so cold and mad. And then I remember them saying, make sure you still rolling. We still rolling. And I remember them saying, oh, you finna get 30 days. And I'm like, fuck that. No. I ain't doing no 30 days. I had already said it in my mind. I ain't doing no motherfucking 30 days. They was telling me, they was like, yo, you finna do 30 days. So I'm like, so the very next day, you know, the sun rising. It was a little Bible, a little small little pocket Bible over there in the corner. And I remember going to go pick it up and opened it to Psalms. And I remember just reading it, and it was something about whatever I read. I can't even tell you what I read. It was just so powerful. And literally 5 minutes after I read it, it was like, Rudolph, detectives want to talk to you. So boom, I go talk to the detective. It's the same detective who been here, who been seeing what the fuck going on. So she like, what happened? I told her whoop the whoop. So she said, call your ride, tell her come pick you up. So I was up out of that bitch in about 10 minutes. They were saying they're gonna give me 30 days, but I was up out that home in about 10 minutes. And that was November the 1st. So I didn't get my custody back until March. So months had to go by. I couldn't see my son. I was stressed. I was so depressed. I lost my mind. I went crazy. I went crazy mentally. And I didn't get my custody back until March of that following year. The springtime, the real new year. It's something so powerful about that springtime. Beautiful things happen in the springtime. And it was March the 29th when I got it back. It was really joint custody. It was balanced. And I didn't mind. I just wanted my boy. And when I got him back, he was different. He wasn't talking. Mentally, he was off. You know, they ran some tests and they said he was autistic. So I think that shit drove him crazy too. That's what I want to say. Because I know it drove me crazy.
Look, trust me, I don't want to be here either. But I gotta do my job. You have to give him your daughter.
You saying it as if my child is just an object that I can just give away.
I'm not saying she's an object, but it's on the paper. You gotta do it.
She can't go. She can't go. I'm sorry. I can't just let my daughter go.
He didn't got your rights taken away from you. Backup is on the way. Please do not open the door.
Thank you.
Wow. This some real fuck nigga shit here. Your daddy is scooping very low.
Open up. Open up or we will use force.
Where's the girl?
She home, relaxing, in her house, where she lives.
Well, we've been given a court order to take her and return her to her father.
I don't care what that paper say. For all I know, that shit could be fake. I ain't been to court. I ain't been served.
Well, it's not fake, ma'am.
Well, can we come inside, take a look around and make sure she's all right?
Yeah, you can come in.
You okay? All right, you're going to come with us now, all right?
You said you just wanted to come in and see her.
We told you what the order said.
No, get your hands out of my daughter. Get your hands out of her. Get your... Nigga, hold on. Get out for me.
Hey, look, I told you don't open the door.
Oh, fucking pigs!
Come on, Shy.
If you fucking hurt my child, I'll kill you. Stupid ass kids.
Come on, Shy.
I'ma curse all y'all ass. Y'all don't know who y'all fucking with.
Come on, Shy. Baby.
Clarence, I'ma beat your ass.
Hey, come on, be alright. The police, they gonna take care of your mom, okay? Hey, thank you, officer. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Chief, thank you, I appreciate it, man. Well, get on out of here, man.
And just like that, I got locked up. As I sat in that jail cell, I thought about a story that my great-grandmother told me that her great-great-grandmother told her.
All right, now we gotta take Margaret. She's been teaching little niggers how to read. Yes, she has. We can't have that in this plantation. Otherwise, she'll be showing other little niggas how to read, and we can't have them plot up against us.
No, sir, she'll be good. I promise. She won't do it no more.
No, we gotta take her. We gotta take her.
Please, sir, just beat her. Please, don't take my baby.
No, we gotta take her.
Ain't too much change. Only difference is it was us doing it to us.
Please, take me.
No, we can't take you. We're not gonna take you. You might be hanging out on these trees.
Fast forward, I started making movies. Oh, I kept making movies. You know, I done had sold out movie premieres. I got movies on Tubi, Amazon. I have a YouTube series. I have a following on Facebook. I have a following on Instagram. I have a following on TikTok, all that shit. You know, I need to get a Twitter or X, but I don't know. It'd be so much shit to keep up with. But I am a legendary. I am a legend. Like right now, and I wanted to make this video because I feel like something powerful is going to happen for me right now. And I want to show people where I started from. And I wanted to give people my story. Like right now, I'm in the hood. I'm on Section 8. I get food stamps. Like I said, I stay in between. There's a crack house right there, and there's the plantation on the side of me right there. And I'm in the middle, making movies and shit, writing, escaping. I also do transportation. Like right now, I'm waiting on a patient to come out of dialysis. And this particular job, because I deal with a lot of medical patients, like pretty much just taking them to their doctor's appointment, dialysis, just different medical appointments they have to attend. And I see a lot. The medical industry is so corrupt. You know, it's just so corrupt. It's like they prey on old people. I don't even care what color you are, black, white, Mexican. If you're poor or if you got money, whatever, they prey on people like that. You know, the medical industry is $1 billion industry. Like this place, for instance, at one point this was like a steak restaurant. Shit, they done made it into a dialysis dialysis facility. It's like it's just slapping dialysis. So many dialysis facilities just being built, and it's just sad because, you know, most dialysis people, they have to attend dialysis like 3 to 5 days out of a week. And it's like you can't even live your life like that. You're not living. It's like you're the walking dead. And I be feeling so sorry for them. But most of them, they don't really want to hear me because it's like the doctor. They trust the doctor when the doctor is really the cause of the downfall. You okay?
I'm okay, baby. I'm just tired and weak. That's all.
I hate you feel like that. I'm sure if you start eating way more fruits and vegetables and just drinking only water, like, you won't have to go to dialysis anymore.
Well, the doctors say that this is going to be the only way because it ain't no cure. It's going to help my kidneys. I'm going to have to just live with this for the rest of my life.
Man, them damn doctors say anything. Just try and get that money. Sons of bitches, I can't stand their asses.
It's crazy how the medical industry preyed on the poor people. And what was even more crazy is that we believed in them more than we believed in ourselves. She had accepted defeat, but I knew that wasn't the case. Yeah, so what I'm doing now is I'm wholesaling land and homes. Pretty much all it is where you find somebody who wants to buy a home and fix and flip it or whatever they want to do, and you find somebody who wants to sell it, and you are the middleman. So let's say if you find somebody who wants to sell their home for $50,000, right? And you find a buyer who is willing to purchase that home for $55,000. So you get a contract with the seller for $50,000, and then you create a contract with the buyer for $55,000, and boom, you know, you make the difference. You got $5,000 quick dollars, just like that. I wish I could focus on my movies full term. Like, if I could, I would, but the truth is, it's not bringing in any money right now. Eventually, it is. And that's the thing with a lot of people I see. They get to chasing these dreams and stuff, and then when the money don't start flowing in the way that they feel like it should, they quit and then they go work a 9 to 5 and then they get caught up in the rat race. But the thing is, you got to make time for your dreams. You got to make time for your passions, and you got to go out there and get some money too. You got to do both. You got to do both. You cannot neglect your dreams because money is not involved, because you're gonna lose. Your whole purpose on being here on this earth is to just do whatever it is that you're passionate about. That's your freedom, even if, like I said, even if it ain't bringing you instant money. So work on your passion and then work on your grind, but don't quit your passion for nobody, period. You know, I definitely understand. Because if I could just focus on making movies 24/7, I would. But I can't. I gotta get to this money so that I can invest into my movies and invest into myself, because money is good, high energy. And if my money fucked up, how can I create? Beautiful things happen when you go after the things that you love. When you feed your passion, beautiful things happen. Magnificent things happen. I done been through every fucking thing, from betrayal, but betrayal gotta happen. You got to. Bullshit got to happen in order to grow. That's the only way you're gonna grow.
Shadiel.